Don Zalug appears to have hit the market running. Don't be like the 30% of you that have not smashed the 11 crap out of that subscribe button. Smash it so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. So I want to point out that this is a little bit of interesting news that I missed during last week here. But I wanted to bring this up to everybody's attention because this was kind of interesting. Now, this was a analyzation done before or during the weekend of the Lima. And it's very interesting just to kind of showcase some of the stuff that was going on in the market. So we already knew that Champion Sargass has been going up massively in terms of value. So many people were picking these up. You're still holding that market price at $10.50, but this is where things start to get interesting here. You know, all of the buy steals that, you know, typically dropped out of the bottom of the format and then just rode off into the sunset because tier wasn't really showing up anymore as a dominating deck. Well, players have actually taken this opportunity to start picking up buy steal cards now, which is very interesting because, they do bring up the point here. At the end of December, these were 15 plus, and now it's currently a $5 card. If that. So you are seeing retracement value back here on your buy steal stuff, putting this at number 9 last week for cards that people were going for. And I don't disagree with the fact that once you see these cards, you're like, oh my gosh, you know, like this card was actually $15. Now I want to pick up, you know, my version of it to have it now that it's gotten cheaper. It's very interesting. Exciton Knights, so this has got a lot of application to do with like trap tricks, in addition to kind of what we've been seeing with the rest of the format. Generic rank 4, that kind of goes against the entire opponent's field to equalize and set things up, which is, well, I mean, equalization options are going to be one of the biggest things you have going for you here. Lingaribo coming in at number 7 for this week does not surprise me at all either. The fact that you have the Nightmare Corruptor Ridley Lock, whether or not it's seeing play right now, you have to be prepared for it. And the only way to be prepared for it is with a Lingaribo in your action deck. Now, they can Diabolus Mind Hack or rip that away from you, and you're kind of stuck in the same place that you were previously. But the thing is, you can play double Lingaribo to stop that from happening. It is you got to be prepared for it, whether or not it actually happens to you at the end of the day. So I got to give a continued shout out to the shenanigans of that. Now, Lost Art Don Zalug here actually hit the market, and you have a market price at $5 for this. Now, what's very interesting about this was, these were they were $30 and then they were $45, but we never saw the English release of this. Typically, most of the ones that we saw were usually foreign, or they were typically the European English versions of this, but we never saw the English release of this. Now that these have actually hit the market here, congratulations, you've actually seen these actually populate now. Look at this, $4 for the most part. And I mean, from 45 straight on down here. And more people are picking them up because they've wanted these for so long. This has been one of the most anticipated cards to have for the older formats. People are probably picking up multiple copies of these just to have them. But once again, you're seeing very, very cheap value for these. You gotta love fan favorite cards. Now, this is also kind of very interesting to me. Once again, another buy steal here that was at the $20 mark is now $9. Do we feel bad for spending as much money as we did on buy steals? No, you needed them to play the format. Though it has made Darkwing Blast very much go down in terms of expected value for this. But once again, I mean, application. When tier format was in the absolute toxic bowels that it was, you needed these cards in order to keep up. And yeah, $9 now for the push now. Very, very interesting. Yes, the Merrymaker. The fact that you need this in order to make the big Champion Sargass. You know, these are still, honestly, a lot of money for what they are. But it's just because it's generic. 2 level 4s to make Captain Sargass. Sargass toggles into searching. Zeus! Oh man, this was number 3 for the week in terms of buys. Was up from number 8 last week. Demand continues to grow for Zeus. Yeah. I mean, a card that you can generically slap onto a monster, that's an Exceed, and then you can board wipe your opponent. Also, I mean, mind control, change of heart, shenanigans, all things aside. But there is a lot of love for this. Parallel Exceed also on the up and up here. I can tell you that this is strictly for trap tricks. Like, trap tricks players want to pick these up just so they can have them to playing a semi-higher rarity. It makes perfect sense. And Nibiru's are going up. That's kind of interesting. The fact that, you had Kashtira running around. Players want these. And, of course, Book of Moon evenly matched. Dragoon pushing on up here. Interesting enough that Garganol was going up for the particular in this week. And then Saronir here was number 3. So, looking back at, the market here, the main reason I wanted to include this was, hey, Don Saluk is going up. Bysteals have retreated so far down in value that it's actually crazy to me at this point, just to kind of showcase where we have seen these cards go. And once again, I mean, you are seeing the crazy levels of change that is happening in the game within the metagame trends, the former cards, the pickups that people want to have in case something happens. I am very curious to answer the question, though. Do you think the Bysteals get reprinted by the time that they come back into the format again? And the answer is probably. So that's something that you need to kind of consider now, too, is will the Bysteal reprint be before or after they're viable again? All right. So, Gishki Abysses. When was the last time that you looked at this card? Oh, I bet they were $30+ the last time that this went on. Now, the Gishki Sprite deck is really cool. It is a lot of fun to play. It just takes a decent amount of time to kind of set up, unfortunately. And because of that, you're going to have to kind of sit through some combo lines. Not having Elf kind of hurt, but the DT versions have calmed down. We're at $18 now. And then you're back at 118 listings. 118 of these for the supers. These are pushing down. I think it's a matter of time until you see these push out from underneath themselves. Yeah, you had some sales the last couple of days, but a major push down for that. When you have that many listed on the market, yeah, of course it's bound to give out from underneath itself. Labyrinth cards are also kind of calming down a little bit. I see that we have Lady Labyrinths repopulating here at the 320 mark. We'll see how long that lasts. We're at 87 now on the Ariana. Wow, those are pushing down very quickly. Lovely Labyrinths, $60. Labyrinths at 31s. Wow. $27 right now for Lady Labyrinth of the Silver Castle. Welcome Labyrinths back down to the $28 mark. So you are seeing rapid pushes here on this side of the market. Interesting. Big Welcome Labyrinths, $4. Okay. Very interesting to see that the Labyrinth hype that has been, floating around for most of this format is finally starting to calm down. We're entering that calm phase. Abramax's collector's rares, these are still on the up and up here, but back to the other versions here. These are $18, $5 now for your ultra rare versions, and 99 cents for the supers. Abramax has never looked more affordable, which is good. Things that you didn't know existed. These were 3 official OCG red envelopes for, New Year this year? These show up I think they did one last year for Douloran, but these were on the market for $50. I saw that one sold, but I did see that these were circulating around in some of the groups, and I was like, that's actually really cool for an official made product for that particular season. Interesting. Rite of Armesia sleeves. I also see that these were on the market. Man, these are so cool, but you're at a $120 price point for these. You can probably find them cheaper. I just want to show that, things like this do exist. It is very cool just to kind of get an idea of some of the things that actually show up in the game that are really, really cool. Same thing here with the official Pot of Greed sleeves. I barely have enough here for 15 sleeves. It's $35 with $5 shipping. Yikes. Definitely probably find those a little bit cheaper. The Kashtira mat. Look at this thing. This is gorgeous. The use of the purples on this is absolutely amazing. $145. Oh, wow. And then I saw this too. This is an original Metal Raiders poster out of the OCG. This looks so cool. But an asking price at $800 for a piece of Yu-Gi-Oh! History. I don't think that price tag's worth it, but it is just cool to see some of this stuff exist, if that makes sense. So what do you guys think about today's market? Please leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace out. Patrons, thank you. Ugh.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.